Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Brian and you're watching the Build It Place channel. In this video, I am going to be making what I'm going to call a super long selfie stick, but in reality, it's just going to be an extension pole to mount my camera on when I want to take high level shots of whatever event, either working in the shop or doing something outside. I'll have this 16-foot extension pole that you could tie right to this threaded roller frame and mount your camera out here, and you could take this thing 16 foot up in the air to take a shot. Or if I'm doing a shot here inside the shop, I can clamp this to the bench or clamp it to something and have the camera shining straight down. Where a tripod, most of my tripods are I think 72 inches, I think is the highest they'll go. So I'm always trying to put the tripod up on a table or stick it on somewhere. Whereas if I have this, I think I can tie this to something, extend the camera up if I have a GoPro or my Osmos or whatever I'm using. Not my big camera, but all my small, like action cameras. I can set on here and take aerial shots down to the workbench or where I'm working on something. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece of, I'm going to take this roller frame and I'm going to cut right about here, and I'm going to put 1/4 threads. So that's standard mount for most camera. They use quarter inch 20 threads for pretty much all the bases on the camera, unless it's a real big camera. So that's my next step. So let's get cutting this thing. I'm just going to take a hacksaw, I guess, and cut this, nothing fancy, and then grind the end up a little bit so I can start the die onto making those threads. Just gonna mount this in the vise, kind of. I ain't gonna fit that way. Let's put it this way. We'll take the piece. We're gonna cut fairly close to that bend, not exactly at the bend, but close enough. Okay, you got that piece. We'll take this over to the grinder and clean this up a little bit, then we'll start cutting threads. Start off, after I cut it to length, I cut a little bit of tape. I don't know if you can see it very well, and I already put a little bit of tapping fluid on there. I got my die is all set for 1/4 20 threads, so we're just going to cut these threads in as long as everything works fine. Hopefully I don't run into any hiccups. Let's say it's threading pretty good. We don't need a whole lot of threads, but I was going to put a decent amount of threads in there. We can always trim it to length if we think we have too many threads. Or we can always come back and thread it some more if I need more threads. But I think that's probably more than adequate for what we're going to be doing. So let's try putting this thing on one of my cameras, and we'll do a little, well, we got to at least put it together. Let's finish putting it together. Clean it up a little bit, and then we'll try it on one of the cameras. Well, I got a thumb nut, if that's what it is. I don't know. It's basically a thumb nut, I guess you call it, for one of my other camera adapters. I put that on there first, and then I'm going to hook up one of my action cameras. Just thread that in, cut stops, and then lock this thumb nut in, and then tied onto my 16-foot pole. So now I have well, you won't be able to see it, but I have a camera that I can take out 16 feet away or 16 feet up from the surface where I'm working. So I'm gonna go out there and do some videotaping. We had, last couple of days we had snow on the ground, so it's just gonna be a lot of snow to see. There won't be much anything, but I'll see what I can find with the snow. I don't think anyone's sled riding today, so we would be able to get some of that from overhead, but let's see how this thing works. I'm kind of curious and, well, not excited, but excited just a little bit. So let's get started on this thing. I'm on the ground. It's sitting about 6 feet off the ground. So we're going to extend this thing up, and we'll just go out and start doing whatever. So I'm just going to, you won't be able to hear me no more because I'll be out of the hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'm glad I made this thing. It's not really a selfie stick, as you can see. It's an extension pole for getting video at a slightly different angle than what I've been getting. This thing's going to come in handy, I believe, on some of my other channels where I'm doing other things with video. I'm happy with what I'm getting as far as results. So thanks for watching my channel. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you did, give me a thumbs up, leave comments. Wow, subscribe to my channel if you like these kind of videos. And I plan to use this on some other things here in the near term. So you'll see me using this, or you'll see that I have been using it, because you'll be seeing these aerial shots that are shooting down, straight down possibly, or at an angles. So till next video, see you then.